Welcome. They made us laugh, cry, and believe in movie magic. In this video, we take a quiet look at the last photos ever taken of some of the most beloved actors in film history. Michael Clarke Duncan was last photographed in June 2012. He died that September from complications of a heart attack. He was just 54. Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock of Star Trek, died on February 27, 2015. His final days followed hospitalization for chest pains from COPD. James Gandolfini was photographed enjoying dinner in Rome with family shortly before dying of a heart attack on June 19, 2013, at age 51. David Lynch appeared via video at a Meditate America event before his January 16, 2025 death from emphysema. His last word, recorded, peace. Clark Gable and Marilyn Monroe hugged goodbye on the Misfits set. Gable died before its release. Monroe would pass the following year in 1962. Patrick Swayze was last photographed looking thin but strong. He died on September 14, 2009, after a 20-month battle with pancreatic cancer. Betty White's last photo shows the Golden Girls star glowing. She died peacefully on December 31, 2021, just 17 days before turning 100. Lauren Bacall's final photo was taken in 2013. She died the following year at age 89, just a month shy of her 90th birthday. Elizabeth Taylor, seen in a wheelchair with oxygen, colored shades, and jewelry, remained glamorous until her passing in 2011 at age 79. Michael Landon appeared frail but smiling on The Tonight Show on May 9, 1991. He died from pancreatic cancer less than 2 months later on July 1st. John Wayne appeared at the Oscars 2 months before dying from stomach cancer on June 11, 1979. It was his final public appearance. Paul Walker was seen here just before his tragic car crash in Santa Clarita on November 30, 2013. He died at age 40 while attending a charity event. Oliver Reed was captured on set filming Gladiator in 1999. He died from a heart attack in a Malta pub on May 2nd during a break from production. Omar Sharif made his final public appearance at an award show in 2014. He died 8 months later from a heart attack at age 83. Kenny Baker, beloved as R2-D2 in Star Wars, was seen at the Force Awakens premiere months before dying from a lung condition in 2016 at 81. Whitney Houston was seen leaving a club 2 days before she drowned in a hotel bathtub on February 11, 2012. She was 48 years old. Candy Darling was photographed on her deathbed before passing from lymphoma on March 21, 1974. She was a Warhol muse and Velvet Underground inspiration. Carrie Fisher posed with a fan in London shortly before suffering cardiac arrest on a flight. She died days later on December 27, 2016, at age 60. Marlon Brando was last seen before his July 1, 2004 death from respiratory failure. Once Hollywood's greatest star, he weighed over 300 pounds at the time. Rita Hayworth in a rare final photo from 1981. She died in 1987 after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease, aged 68. Jonathan Brandis seen here in one of his final headshots before his suicide in 2003. The Sequest DSV star died at just 27. Sir Michael Gambon, known for playing Dumbledore in Harry Potter, died on September 27, 2023, from pneumonia. This was his last known public image. Bob Hope was last photographed 2 months before dying of pneumonia at 100. The legendary comic passed away on July 27, 2003, in his California home. Charlie Chaplin was last photographed shortly before his death on December 25, 1977, at age 88. He passed away peacefully in Switzerland. This rare paparazzi photo of Anthony Perkins was taken in October 1991. The Psycho star died of AIDS-related pneumonia in 1992 at age 60. Raquel Welch was last seen in public getting a manicure in July 2022. The Fantastic Voyage star died 6 months later, aged 82. Marilyn Monroe's final photo was taken with Buddy Greco just days before her fatal overdose on August 4, 1962, at the age of 36. Leslie Jordan posted this joyful selfie to Instagram just hours before he died in a car crash at age 67. Fans mourned the loss of his warmth and humor. Cameron Boyce's dad snapped this final photo just hours before the 20-year-old actor died from SUDEP, sudden unexpected death and epilepsy, in his sleep. Betty Grable made one of her last public appearances in April 1972. She died from lung cancer in July 1973 at the age of 56. Terry Thomas was last photographed in April 1889. He died in January 1990 from Parkinson's complications, remembered for his comedic charm. Richard Attenborough, famed actor and director of Gandhi and Jurassic Park, was last seen publicly before dying peacefully at 91. Glynis Johns made her last public appearance at 100. The Mary Poppins actress passed away in January 2024, just shy of her 101st birthday. Jean Harlow collapsed while filming Saratoga in 1937. This photo was taken shortly before kidney failure took her life at just 26. Lucille Ball attended the Oscars on March 29, 1989. She died less than a month later from an aortic rupture on April 26, 1989, at age 77. Bruce Lee's final known photo was taken in July 1973. Just days before he died unexpectedly at 32 from cerebral edema in Hong Kong. Sharon Tate and Jay Sebring were captured in this haunting final photo. They were murdered the next day, August 9, 1969, by the Manson family cult. Debbie Reynolds appeared in this footage shortly before suffering a fatal stroke on December 28, 2016. Just one day after daughter Carrie Fisher's death. Terry Garr, known for Young Frankenstein, was last seen publicly outside a downtown LA office in 2020. She died at 79 in 2025. Bette Davis appears in her final promotional photo. The legendary actress died on October 6, 1989, at age 81 from breast cancer complications. Joan Crawford's last known shoot was on August 11, 1976, captured by photographer John Engstead. She died less than a year later in May 1977. This rare photo of Johnny Carson was taken just a month before his death from emphysema in 2005. He was 79. Henry Fonda's last known photo, taken March 29, 1982. He passed away on August 12th that same year from heart failure at age 77. Zsa Zsa Gaber's final photo was taken shortly before her death at 99 in 2016. The glamorous star had battled multiple health issues in her final years. Dame Maggie Smith appeared in a Loave campaign in October 2023, her last known photo. She passed away at age 89 in 2024. Margot Kidder was seen at a fan convention shortly before her suicide in 2018. The Superman star struggled with mental illness. This image shows James Dean with his Porsche shortly before his fatal crash on September 30th, 1955. He had owned the car for just 9 days. Bob Saget posed with a fan outside the Ritz-Carlton Orlando on January 9, 2022, hours before he died in his sleep from head trauma. He was 65 years old. Comedian Harry Einstein was photographed mid-joke at a Friars Club dinner in 1958. He collapsed moments later and died in Milton Berle's arms. Alan Rickman made his final public appearance in London on December 7, 2015. He died just over a month later from pancreatic cancer at age 69. Chris Farley was photographed on December 17, 1997, just one day before his tragic death from a drug overdose at age 33. Brandon Lee gave this interview on March 19, 1993. 12 days later, he died tragically on the set of The Crow at just 28 years old. Sherry Lewis made her final TV appearance with Lamb Chop in 1998. She died weeks later from breast cancer at age 65, leaving behind a legacy of joy. Tyrone Power left, dueling on the Solomon and Sheba set in 1958. He died of a heart attack just 1 hour after this photo was taken. Andre the Giant's last photo was taken in Paris during his father's funeral. He died in his sleep from heart failure just 3 days later, on January 27, 1993. Victor Buono's last photo was from The Tonight Show on December 3, 1981. He died of a heart attack on New Year's Day, 1982. At just 43 years old. James Bond villain Richard Keel was seen 5 months before his death from a heart attack on September 10, 2014. He was 7 feet 2 and known as Jaws. Peg Entwistle was photographed days before leaping from the Hollywood sign's H in 1932. She died at 24 and became a haunting symbol of broken dreams. Mary Tyler Moore was last seen in public in 2016. The TV icon died of pneumonia in January 2017, aged 80. Carole Lombard was seen promoting war bonds before her death in a 1942 plane crash. It remains one of the most heartbreaking losses of the era. Marlene Dietrich was photographed in January 1992. The glamorous film icon died of kidney failure 4 months later at age 90. In her final TV interview, Helen McCrory appeared visibly unwell. She died quietly of cancer in 2021 at just 52, with fans unaware of her illness. Sir Roger Moore's final video, 3 days before his death in 2017, shows him smiling warmly, leaving his son choked up. Sean Connery's last known photo was taken on his 89th birthday in 2019 with son Jason. He died in his sleep the next year in the Bahamas. Kevin Conroy's final photo was posted on Halloween 2022. The beloved voice of Batman passed away from intestinal cancer just days later, aged 66. Gene Wilder was last photographed at the U.S. Open in 2015. He passed away on August 29, 2016, from complications of Alzheimer's disease. Robin Williams posed with Crystal, the monkey, in one of his final public photos. He died by suicide on August 11, 2014, due to Lewy body dementia. John Candy was photographed on the set of Wagons East shortly before dying of a heart attack in his hotel on March 4, 1994. He was 43. Anton Yelchin posted this final selfie days before his June 19, 2016 death. A Jeep rolled back, pinning him against a fence. He was just 27. Audrey Hepburn's final photo shows her in Switzerland in early 1993. She died peacefully from appendiceal cancer on January 20th at age 63. Steve McQueen was photographed with his wife a couple of months before dying of heart failure in 1980, following a battle with mesothelioma. This final publicity photo of Jonathan Brandis was taken days before he died by suicide in 2003 at just 27 years old. Chris Penn, brother of Sean Penn, was last photographed in late 2004. He died from heart disease in 2006 at just 40 years old. Myrna Loy appeared with Lauren Bacall in June 1993, 6 months before her death at age 88. Known for the thin man, she remains a screen icon. Rebecca Schaefer was photographed shortly before being murdered by a stalker in 1989. She was only 21 and had a promising future. Dana Plato, known from Different Strokes in her final known photo before dying of an overdose in May 1999 at age 34. Louise Rayner, the first two-time Oscar winner, seen here in her final years. She died at age 104 on December 30th, 2014. Kathy Griffin tweeted this final photo with Gary Shandling just 4 days before his death, on March 24, 2016. The two shared laughs from their time on The Larry Sanders Show. Jeffrey Hunter's final role was in Cry Chicago, 1968. He died months later at 42 after a fall, possibly linked to onset injuries during filming. Kirk Douglas is pictured with Catherine Zeta-Jones in his last known photo. The Hollywood legend died at 103 years old on February 5, 2020. Heather O'Rourke, beloved as Carol Ann in Poltergeist, was last photographed in January 1888. She died on February 1st at just 12 years old from septic shock. Disney star Bobby Driscoll's final photo shows the child actor before his tragic death at 31 in 1968. He was buried in an unmarked grave on Hart Island. John Belushi was last photographed on February 6, 1982, at Danny DeVito's wedding reception. He died of a drug overdose 1 month later. John Wayne was last photographed publicly on April 15, 1979. The screen legend died 2 months later, on June 11th, from stomach cancer. Ava Gardner's final photo shoot was in London, 1984, captured by Tom Zimberoff. She passed away 4 years later in 1990 at the age of 67. Tom Sizemore made his final red carpet appearance a month before passing from a brain aneurysm in 2023. He was 61. Richard Moll, known for Night Court, was seen at home just months before his death in 2023 at age 80.